Hey guys, what is up? I hope everybody has been having a great day. I know it's been a while since I've done a lit range ball flight video, so I figured I'd make an updated version. And I honestly would like to make this a monthly thing where I go to different lit ranges and just record an uncut video of me working through the bag. You know, just really simple stuff. Maybe I'll commentate over it, and can be used as a bit of something to update channel, happenings or things that are going on in my life, and might just be something really cool to be more interact with you guys. So if that's something you guys would like to see, let me know by liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And I'm definitely curious to see if this is something that you guys would like to see as like some kind of monthly thing. And I apologize for the lighting. The lighting being slightly weird. I think the canopy I was hitting under kind of limited the lighting a little bit, but I think you'll see, especially as I get to the lower lofted clubs, the ball flight will become much easier to see. And it is still getting a little bit darker. As you can see, the sunset just dipped beyond the horizon, so that might be part of the reason it starts off looking a little weird. I'll also put timestamps in the description also, so you guys can just skip to certain clubs if you just want to see one or two different types of clubs. And especially the putter. Definitely stay tuned for the putter at the end of the video. And if you guys want to see me suck, I did hit a shank in this ranged video. Because, as I said, this is completely uncut. So you guys can see kind of the state of my ball striking right now. But this was filmed at Northwest Golf Club in Northwestern Maryland. And we had probably about 100 or so people who showed up and attended. I think the club just put out kind of a little memo a few days ahead of time that I was going to come by and hit a few for a video, and I did not expect that many of you guys to come out. I really thought that was awesome. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys were there that night. I'd be curious to see how many guys are watching this video. And I actually really welcome it because there's a lot of pressure, when you're hitting in front of people. And, if I'm going to ever make it in a significant way in pro golf, that's just simply a part of the job. So it really gives me my swing a little bit of a stress test. I get to see kind of what my tendencies are, and I noticed that I was coming a little over the top, not too much, but just a little bit. And that's definitely a sign of stress, kind of changing your swing a little bit. But I had a couple of misfires early on with a few of the 8-irons, and then I had a shank that really sucked to hit. But it's a symptom of going over the top a little too much. And what happens is you expose the hosel of the club a little more when you come out to in, which is fine because when you're trying to hit a cut, that's the nature of the shot. But when you get a little too far across and your hands get ahead of the club and the hosel gets presented, you can hit shanks. And that's just part of the process of getting myself more comfortable with, hitting in front of people and hitting with a little pressure under my belt. And that's kind of, I figured I would kind of take you guys into the future of this channel. So I just ended up filming 90, I think it was 108 holes of content for you guys in the last couple days. I'm exhausted right now. But basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a ton of content capturing the next couple months. And in early October, my plan is to spend a lot of time down in North Carolina and Florida playing mini tours down there, because the simple fact of the matter is I can, play golf all I want and practice, and that stuff will definitely help, but I need to compete. And I'm sure I will take some licks early on, probably shoot a good amount of rounds in the 80s, because the simple fact of the matter is that competitive golf is so much different than regular golf. I have played a few tournament rounds this summer, but nowhere near enough. I probably need to be playing 10 to 15 tournament rounds a month to really start getting competitively sharp, and that's really what it's all about, because ultimately I do want to make a successful living in professional golf, and so that's just simply part of what I have to do, is get better hitting under pressure, hitting in front of people, and that's kind of the next level for me. So, but do not stress out, guys. I am going to make sure that I have tons of stuff coming down the pipeline for this channel. Even when I'm spending a lot of time at tournaments, I will have content set up and ready to go so that you guys aren't left hanging, because honestly, you guys are a very important part of what I do. There's the shank right there. Oh man, I did not, that sucked. But it's an uncut video, so you guys can see everything that's going on with my game right now. But as I was saying, You guys are a very important part of what I do. You're the reason I do what I do. My entire purpose is to entertain you guys. And that is why I will not let this YouTube channel fall by the wayside. I'll put it this way. Even if I'm successfully competing on the PGA Tour, I will still continue to make videos. Obviously, I'll probably do a little bit different style with, more of a crew doing it for me. That is the ultimate goal. But I will not ever let this YouTube channel go to waste. That's for sure. And, so even though I'll be competing a lot and really spending a lot of time working on my game, I will make sure that I continue to have good stuff coming out for you guys. But as I said, I'm really excited about the future and, really sinking my teeth into competitive golf because and by the way, guys, if you guys don't want me commentating on all this, let me know. If I sound boring, if you just want to watch golf shots, let me know, and I'll just do a short commentary first minute or two in the next one, and then let the video play out. But I feel like this is a good chance for me to kind of connect with you guys and talk about how things are, what's going on in my life and the direction I'm going in. So just let me know. But I thought it'd be worth trying out. But my background has always been as a college golfer, junior golfer, and I kind of fell into long drive. And obviously, I love the sport. I'm gonna stay in it for sure. But there's room on my plate, especially in the off season, to keep working on my golf game. And that's the plan. And I've never really gotten to be a pro golfer. I went straight from college golf into long drive, and so I never got that opportunity just to see where things are. I don't know if I'll make it. I just want to give it my best shot, and I don't want to be like kind of in or sort of trying. I really want to give it a shot and just see what I can do. I want to learn. I want to gain my experience. I don't mind getting my butt kicked for a bit. I am okay with that. That happened to me in long drive for several years before I became, number one. So I know I have it in me to deal with that and to just work and learn. And that's really what I'm prepared to do and just see where things go. Because I think the only thing worse than not succeeding is not trying at all. And obviously, it's definitely something you're kind of putting yourself out there, because everyone's going to see results and there's no hiding from it. So, but I also think that's what's going to make me a much better player. And, obviously the money is definitely a motivator, but I think at my core, I just want to compete. I want to see how far I can take the sport of golf. And, I don't know. I've golfed since I was 2-3 years old, and it's always been a huge passion of mine, and it never really went away. And so, as you guys can see, I'm really starting to strike it well right now. I'm really liking how solid my long irons are, because, guys, these are going to be tee shots a lot of the times. The 4 irons and 2 irons that you'll see shortly. So it's really nice to see how straight they're going, because that means I can always rely on something to get me in play. And, it's really good for me to look at these swings, because these are swings I'm hitting under pressure. Believe me, when you have 100 people plus watching you, all eyes are on you, you feel pressure, especially if you haven't been competing. It's definitely a great way to stress test your swing. And I feel like it actually did hold up pretty good after the first 10, 15 swings. And I feel like I actually got a lot better just from this session of, hitting under pressure. Because this really did feel like I was in a tournament each swing. Because the few tournament rounds I did compete in this summer, I felt very similar to how I was feeling now. I felt some pressure. I was a little nervous, but I was also feeling, I was hitting a lot of them really straight. And again, another one of my plans is I'm going to spend a lot of time with Dr. Rotella. In fact, I'm spending an entire week with him in early September. And this is like a couple weeks before the World Championships in September. The Worlds this year is in late September. I will be there, obviously, and after that, though, it's going to be pretty much full go for pro golf. So seeing Dr. Rotella, he's a really great sports psychologist. I worked with him as a junior golfer, and he changed my life. I really wasn't planning on doing too much with golf, maybe Division II golf for fun. And I saw him when I was 15, and then he kind of changed my mindset, and he pretty much shaved 2 or 3 shots off my competitive average inside of 3 weeks by changing how I thought and how I saw myself as a competitive golfer. So I'll be spending a lot of time with him. I have been working with him already in the last few weeks as well, last few months. I was at his house a couple days ago. Not a couple days ago. I was at his house for a couple days a few months ago, and I stay in contact with him regularly. So he's going to be a very important part of my corner. But yeah, I'm excited, once October starts rolling around, to really start having a pretty serious schedule of competitive golf. And I'm okay with not playing well. I just want to learn, gain experience and all that good stuff, and just go from there. So yeah, we're on to the 2-iron here. This will probably be my driving club I use most often off the tee. So you definitely want these to be going straight as well. Obviously, they can be a little more inaccurate than an approach shot because the fairways are wider than greens. But yeah, I mean, I hitting it pretty solid, and now I go into punch shots, hooks and slices, just, kind of, that's what people want to see, just kind of different types of shots. And it's nice to kind of test out the malleability of my swing, and that guy definitely, I wouldn't stand up there if I was him, but, to each their own, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to find a correlation for my swing under pressure. I'm just trying to see how different shots feel, like how a hook, a punch, a slice like that. Well, it's, I guess, a punch slice, punch cut, I guess. Because I just want to get a correlation for my swing and, kind of how, where the positions feel, with different extreme shot shapes. So I can kind of have a reference range for when I want to hit a bit of a draw or a bit of a cut. I know what I should be feeling under pressure, and that's kind of, and obviously, trying to entertain people watching, because obviously they came to see something, entertaining. So that's what I was trying to do. So I hit one more cut here, and I think we're about to move on to the big dog. And I actually had to, you guys will see this pretty soon, I had to adjust the mat because it was I think it actually got a little offset from all the shots I was hitting on it. And you'll see, I think we have to move it up a little bit. And this is actually my long drive club, so you guys will see a few misfires here. That's just the nature of the long drive club. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video comparing and contrasting, say, the play driver and the long drive club. Because one of the things I can tell you guys right now is one of the biggest differences is the mentality of the club. So the play driver, the job of the play driver, I'm probably going to hit it in a fairway as often as I'll hit my long drive club in the fairway. The biggest difference is the play driver's misses are not going to be 80 yards offline. They're going to be maybe 20 yards offline where I'm still in play, and I'm still in the game, so to speak. The long drive club, the misses, I've had misses over 120 yards right or left of target line. Maybe even more. But again, that's the long drive mentality. As long as we're hitting a certain amount, there's one of them right there. But I guess what I'm saying is, as long as in long drive, as long as you're hitting a certain amount of balls in the grid, I would say at least 30 to 40% of your balls in grid is about. Once you're hitting that many in, you're definitely getting the maximum amount of luck and rollout percentage you can get for hitting balls in the grid. So if I'm getting 30 to 40%, which is about where I'm hovering right now in my season so far, we really don't care where the misses are. And I generate a little bit more speed with this club, which is a regular flex shaft. And so because of that speed generation, we don't mind those huge misses because I'm hitting enough of them in the fairway or in the grid, so to speak. With the play driver, it's a much stiffer shaft, and I'm kind of hitting a bit of a hold-off cut. And the mentality is just totally different. And, that's something that I can discuss in an upcoming video. I feel like you guys maybe might get a lot of value out of that. But it's just two totally different mentalities because obviously it's two totally different sports. In long drive, misses don't really matter as long as you're hitting enough in the grid and then you're hitting it far. But in pro golf, or golf in general, misses matter. I think one of the biggest differences between a mini tour pro and a pro golfer on the PGA Tour, I would say if you could find anything, I really believe there's two differences between a mini tour player and a PGA Tour player. And they're so small, it's hard to pick out. But I believe it's two things. There's a psychological component where the PGA guys are just so good at scraping out rounds they're so good at scraping out a 72 when they should have shot a 76. And then when they're on, they will shoot a 63 every single time when they're on. And I think that's what allows them to finish really high very often. And then the other component is, the quality of their misses. I think PGA guys, they have much more control of their misses. I'm not saying that mini tour guys miss more. What I believe is that the PGA guy maybe knows where his miss is going a little more predictably. So if he misses, he can set himself up where his miss maybe costs him a quarter of a shot instead of a half shot. And if you guys think about it, mini tour guys are definitely within a shot of PGA guys, like the top mini tour guys. And so a quarter shot once around or even once every couple rounds can literally make the difference between you making millions of dollars in golf or having to work a second job to keep yourself afloat, which is really pretty incredible when you think about it. And obviously that's a reality that I know all too well, and I know I'm going to be definitely experiencing that. But again, I'm just so excited to really be able to finally give it a shot this winter, because again, being in long drive, and I guess you could say an entertainer, I guess you kind of got a second, you have a job, and it's like any job. I think the biggest benefit though is that obviously it's still a job in golf, but you got to manage that emotional stress. And not that I'm saying it's a stressful job, but like, I guess the mental bandwidth of focus you have to put on it. Anything you do that takes away that mental bandwidth from golf is going to be detrimental to your ability to improve rapidly. Because obviously you don't have any guys that are big time pro golfers, or even guys that are like on the Korn Ferry Tour or close. I promise you, if you have a guy that's winning a lot of mini tour events and he's like starting to creep up in status on like the Korn Ferry and he's getting close to the PGA Tour, I promise you he isn't doing anything at that point except golf. He is quitting his second job. He is doing everything he can to get that last quarter shot, because that last quarter shot can make him millions of dollars a year. And so when you get that close, you're not going to see many guys have extra stuff going on. And I think my theory is that you can get pretty close to PGA Tour caliber working like a second job or having other things going on. But I feel like to get that last extra edge, you really need to be going 100%. But I don't know. I mean, I might not know what I'm talking about. It's just kind of a thought I had in my head. But, I think it is very important to be able to dedicate that mental bandwidth to the sport, because I remember in long drive, I went to school of my first 2 years of long drive, and I always felt like I was kind of not quite putting 100% into it. I actually left school in 2019 and focused on long drive full time, and that's kind of when I had my breakout year. So I believe that I'm hoping for the same effect here by being able to dedicate a substantial amount of my mental bandwidth to improvement in golf. I'd be very interested to see where that gets me, because I do have a fairly good base as a junior golfer, and so I have a lot of that competitive, I guess, instinct ingrained, because I played my first junior golf tournament when I was 3 years old. So I basically have been competing for 15 years as a junior before I went to college and started focusing on long drive. So we'll see how that works out for me. But as always, I'm definitely very appreciative for you guys, and if you guys would like me to just shut up and let the video roll, I totally understand. I just figured I would do a full length, talk about the channel, my life, and obviously show you guys some bombs and some other shots. I figured that might be something you guys would enjoy. And speaking of which, here's the kind of grand finale here. I'm going to be hitting my putter. My personal record is somewhere in the 340s. I'll look it up and put it up in the top right corner for you guys. You guys will see the personal record. But I can swing it about 110 to 115, ball speed about 170. I killed this one. Like I definitely went probably 300. But yep, so that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys want more like this. And with that being said, I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.